Guys, a woman will treat you exactly the same way as her mother treated her father. Again, a woman will treat you exactly the same way as her mother treated her father. And this is a universal truth that will be true until the end of times, and that has been true since the dawn of time. It's something that you should get to know sooner rather than later. If your girl's mother was just a promiscuous woman, if she was somebody who was not to be trusted, you can kind of tell, guys. And if you haven't already, do some research, do some investigation. You guys are just too happy to be with a girl, just to be with a girl. And you don't do any due diligence. You must do due diligence in your life, especially with your woman and the history of her family. Get to know who her father was. Understand why, if the woman's a single mother, why the father left. And if it turns out that the father was a good man or whatever, and it ended up not working, the relationship didn't work out, it's likely because of her mother. And she will treat you exactly the same way that her mother treated her father. This is the topic of this video, guys. And this is something that I believe is true, tested and true truth, right? It's a tested and true theory, and I think it's true. And I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in other people's lives. And if you think about it really deeply, you'll begin to realize that this is true. See, guys, they say like father, like son, but I believe like father, like mother, like daughter also. This is the same thing. We are programmed to, as offspring, follow and emulate what we see from the time we are little children. And I don't believe in bad children. I believe in bad parents. This is something that you'll see if you really analyze life and look deep into the character of people. People don't just have a certain way of being that wasn't taught. See, if you're a tough guy, your dad's probably a tough guy, or your uncle was probably, whoever raised you was a tough guy. If you're a woman who's promiscuous, right? Conversely, a promiscuous woman definitely had a role model or a guardian or somebody, likely her mother, who was a promiscuous woman. And women are smart. Women are like cats. They can sense things. They pick up things really fast. And if their mother's just a hoeing around, or she was in the streets and her father was just too daft or too naive to have realized that before he got her pregnant, guys, you're in for a wild ride. You're in for a lot of disappointment. You should probably get out of that relationship, because however her relationship ended, her mother's relationship ended with her father, is how your relationship will go down. That's how it'll go down. Don't be fooled, guys. There's nothing new under the sun. It is written. There's nothing new under the sun, okay? This has been happening since the times of the Babylonians and even before. This is a universal truth. A woman will treat you exactly how her mother treated her father. She was caring and loving, and she gave the best experience to her husband as a man, being a woman, a feminine woman. Likely her daughter will be the same. But if she was a promiscuous, conniving, vindictive, manipulative woman, her daughter's the same. It's in her blood. It's literally in her blood, guys. And she can't take it out, even if she wants to. I definitely believe in the fact that this woman is going to treat you the same way that her mother treated her father. And if she snaked him out, if her mother was just horrible with the father, and just remember that there's another scenario, which is when the father is a horrible guy and an absentee father and all that. I'm not talking about that. We're assuming the father was a good guy or whatever and just got dealt a bad hand of cards. But if the mother was all of these things, guys, just pack up your bags and leave the girl. Pack up your bags and leave the girl. Leave the woman you're talking to. Leave the chick, man. Just leave her, bro. Okay? You guys are too happy to be in these relationships just to be with a girl. Why can't you be happy being with yourself? The only person you know in life is yourself. But you can see certain things in people based on patterns from their mother. You can see things in women based on patterns that their mother will show you if you get to know her a little bit or if you investigate the family. You should investigate the family and the history of the family that you're with. Don't let things go under the rug. Don't let these weird signs you see at the family cookouts just go over your head and say, oh, whatever, that happened 20, 30 years ago, or I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the enough wherewithal to actually go and investigate. Yes, you do, bro. It'll save you a lot of headache in the long run. Don't be a fool, man. We're not in the times where you can be a fool and get away with it, guys. In everything, your life, your physique, whatever it is. But especially in your relationship, whatever relationship you have with a woman, guys, this is a sacred thing. Being with you, the upstanding, the well-spoken, the high-achieving man who you're striving to be. It's a privilege to be with you. So why are you going to be with just a floozy? Why are you going to be with a woman who you know is no good for you? Just ask yourself that question. You know she's not good for you, bro, but you want to be with her. Most of you guys are not even in love with her. You're just in love with the sex that you have with her. You're in love with the feeling of not being alone. So that's what makes you just simp for her. You want to be a simp for her, literally, bro. You don't care if it comes at the sacrifice of your life, of your well-being. You see the signs, especially in her mother. Look in her mother's history. Look at her mother, and you will see a mirror, a direct reflection of that in her daughter. Again, it's in her blood. It's nothing that she can do about it. Unless the girl really is trying to make a conceited effort to try not to be like her mother. But usually, even if she does that, it's in her nature to be exactly like the person that raised them. Where does a girl go back to after she's in an argument or in a problem or in a scuffle? She goes back to her mother's house. She goes back to her mother, especially if her mother's a single mom. But if the girl was raised with the mother and father, it's much less likely that you will have complications in your relationship, that you'll have things that are existential threats to the integrity of the relationship. And even if the relationship ends, who cares, bro? Who cares, man? Guys, we're not meant to be in relationships with these girls forever. In fact, these women are like, they're like little boats that go and dock next to big old yachts. You're the yacht, bro. You don't need to worry about the little boat or the little piece of coral that's on the side of your boat, of you. That thing will break off once the different current comes, once another yacht that it likes, once it sees another yacht that it likes, it's going to go and check that out. Okay? Stop trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho, man. Because her father tried to do that, and look what happened. She had a child, and her child, aka her daughter, or his daughter, is treating you the exact same way that her mother treated him. He'll probably look at you and he won't tell you this. He'll be like, look, bro, I'm glad my daughter got married. I'm glad that she's with somebody else, but he will look at you and probably have pity on you if he knows that his daughter is just like his ex-wife or wife. Okay, so keep this in mind, guys. This is really important thing that I wish I knew when I was younger. If you like this video, let me know, guys. And remember, always ask yourself what your legacy is gonna be in life. Okay? I'll talk to you guys in the next video.